Welcome to SHL Tonight. It is week 2 of the season, but we are going to celebrate our Cup champions once again. So we welcome back to the program Cake and Alaska. Cake, Alaska, how are you both?
Doing all right.
Yeah, no complaints over here. So,
and joining me as usual, the man of the evening, the best looking guy on the crew, Hiff. How's it going?
I'm liking the Hawaiian theme. Also, I couldn't find a cup to drink out of because Edmonton took them all, so just using my hands.
So hopefully we're going to keep
it's
it
okay.
that
You'll
way.
get used to it.
Might have to get some bowls or something, yeah.
Well, the top of the cup really is just a big bowl, right?
Aren't all cups just big bowl, like different bowls?
It's a bold take.
Not big bowls.
Depends on the cup is. All cups are bowls, though. Like, think about it.
If we keep going down this train of thought, we're going to end up in 7 food takes land, and I really don't want to be there.
It's like the cube food thing, right? Each thing is a food cube or whatever.
I need more. Please, what?
You say you don't want to be there, and then you go there anyways.
Yeah.
There's this whole theory that all foods are some type of cube, right? Or it's like all based on a cube. I don't know. I'd have to find it. It's Cal
like a physical
Troy.
cube?
No, like Cal Troy gave it to me one time. It's like let me see if I can find it. Cube food
I have
theory.
the image. I'm gonna send it to you, Nike.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, everything's either
the cube rule of
everything's either toast,
identification.
sandwich, a taco, a salad, a calzone, or I can't see what that last one. Something else. I don't know. Once upon a time, I heard it and it vaguely made sense, but of all the idiotic food existence,
I like that the cake is like a 3-floor house
with no walls.
Cake, is that what it's like to be you?
Immediately and immensely collapsing on myself at any possible moment. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's a very strange theory. I will say that. But
Fanto says no mass ping. I don't think you need a mass ping when you're just getting the immediate invite from Hiff.
I don't send him anything. He gets it from the locker room. We got the channel set up.
Nobody here is powerful enough for a mass ping is really what it comes down to.
I say, are we supposed to have that ability? Because I certainly do not.
Yeah,
No.
I do not.
You can just send it to James, and I'm sure he can set it up.
He's got so much ability.
Just put it in the podcast forum and then it's all set up, and it will go to everybody and annoy the shit out of them.
Tell Mikul if he does it, he can win the cup.
I'm surprised he's not here saying he is going to win the cup.
It's early yet.
He's watching the Habs game still.
No, fair point.
I don't know.
They're losing right now too.
Yep.
The link went out. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't send the stream link, which is odd.
Somebody has to do that. That's a professional.
Yeah. So not us got it.
Or they have to give us.
I can do it for my.
We don't have it currently.
I can do it from my locker room. Can't do it for anywhere else.
I found it on YouTube, just like clicking around. But
We'll do it live.
I thought we were already doing it live.
Yes, this is live.
This is pre-recorded.
Can you imagine if we actually pre-recorded this thing?
oh, jeez.
I'm pretty sure
We
left all this in here.
Nike would add every mention of him doing cocaine.
Yes.
No, I think Nike would actually be too busy with the cocaine to do any editing.
I would be the most efficient editor of all time, I think is what you really mean.
He also admitted to doing cocaine in the SHL Tonight chat. Because he mentioned there was a before time before him doing cocaine, which implied the doing of cocaine.
I do. For legal purposes, I do not, and I do not recall.
I do not recall doing cocaine.
No, I do not. I do not recall making a statement as such.
I do not recall having cocainal relations.
Okay, well, see, no, he's saying he doesn't remember saying he did it, but that means that he does remember doing it. He just doesn't remember.
We need a lawyer to get the semantics on this one.
I'm sure we have at least one lawyer in the league, right?
Legal purposes, I did not participate.
I contacted J&H, and he said you did.
That's the most reliable source you have.
He's a lawyer.
You could have gone to Tez.
Yeah, but Tez is too busy with Mabel.
All right.
So many options.
Let's see.
I think Luke can send shit across the league, right?
I asked Noxu and Raph if either of them can do it. TBD if they will.
Yeah, it'll happen when it happens.
We got 2 people here. We'll celebrate the 2 people who are here. It's
Who's
Fanto
the second
and
person?
I see one watching, unless the second one's my laptop that I have in the background, just to see questions as they come.
It's probably Alaska. Good job.
One on
Twitch.
Right,
let's inflate the viewer counts on all of
Slicer's here.
Open the stream.
Slicer. Okay, we got Slicer and Fanto. I did put it in the Edmonton locker room, but we'll see.
So there's no Blizzard players. They don't care about you enough to show up. We got a Chicago player and a Madison player. Where's the Blizzard players?
They're too busy resting for games tomorrow or on Monday, so gotta get.
I mean, the NOLA loss probably took a lot out of you, eh?
It's always NOLA.
It's always NOLA. The Atlanta loss actually annoyed me more because it was an overtime loss, which means we could have won.
Yeah, NOLA was just kind of like, oh, great, it was NOLA again.
Yeah, it's NOLA. We're like, that happens for no reason that is explicable to man. NOLA has our number.
Yeah. Something has to, I suppose.
Oh, look, we have a Blizzard player.
Well,
There
we go. You guys are all talking about this season. I'm just asking about the last playoffs.
Wait, hold up. Let's check the current standings and figure out why Nike doesn't want to talk about this season.
Jeez.
I'm only like 2 points out of a playoff spot.
Oh, because the playoff spot is hard to get.
Yeah, I mean,
we can
when you're in the West,
that into the off season.
Here's your what 5th consecutive cup run. Not all of them have finished in the cup, but is this 5 straight? 5 straight
3
runs?
cups and 5 straight runs.
Yeah, 5 straight finals
back
appearances, 3 cups in them. This is a back-to-back.
At least this time you didn't have to play
Atlanta,
the red team. You got to play the orange team.
With also runs.
I was happy for that, and most of the war room disagreed with me. Most of the war room was like, but we like playing Atlanta, and I'm like, I am sick of playing Atlanta.
It was nice to play somebody different, but I do like the people in Atlanta, so.
Oh yeah.
Are you implying you don't like the people in Philadelphia?
I don't even know who's in Philadelphia most of the time, except for Kale.
I like Kale.
Kale's cool.
That's the only person I know 100% is in Philadelphia right now is Kale and Ass, and I like Kale, and I barely know Ass, so.
I like Kale. Kale's a good guy.
I'm sure there's plenty of people
still in Philly?
Yeah, his new player specifically wanted to play in Philly, so he ended up in Philly.
Oh.
Actually, wait, I can just look at the freaking team page, and that will tell me who's in Philly. That's an option.
Just now figuring
just literally played them in the finals. Like, I don't even know who's on the team.
It's Blizzard versus them. They're just them, no matter who it is.
It's Gwen versus the world, as usual.
Let's see.
Monk there. I love Monk 22. Leonard Wood. He's a good guy.
So Cake, this is where you get an opportunity to say what you like, who you like, and who you don't like on the roster. So.
Of Philadelphia? Okay, yeah.
Do we want to do a tier list of the users? Like
tier list of Philadelphia.
Oh God.
Do we have a little tier list chart like Luke's GM ratings for?
Oh, we can do that.
Be ranked GMs.
I don't think you want this crew ranking GMs. It would be a.
I'm sorry, that'd be the reason it'd be hilarious. Luke's was so well thought out. Ours would just be chaotic.
If was there to keep Luke in check.
I had some of Luke's takes. I was like, was this really thought out, or are you just trying to roast somebody?
Yes.
I remember when he was putting his back in, because I'm still in New England chat from my second player that we don't talk about. And so I remember seeing his tier list when he first put it out there, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun.
I mean, he was definitely biased in a few ways. You know, he put HFFO at B, and I'd have put him at like D. So, you know, he gave people a few easy passes, you could tell.
Here I am.
You know what? I will say
defending
something.
all the work you're doing for Edmonton. No, I made the roster. You're a bum. You did nothing.
He says after sending me a message yesterday along the line,
jokingly,
I hope you're
that
ready.
I would do it. Yes.
Yeah, that you were going to take all the credit. No. No, listen, I mean, it's not entirely a true point, but it is a fair point that a lot of the core of this roster came from those HFFO drafts before he stepped down. And I think that is important, and I do want to acknowledge that.
It doesn't matter.
I mean,
it's got to be what,
there are 75% of the new GM hires who would have ruined that team.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. I think a lot of people would have come in and not done well. I have a special request for you, HFFO, by the way. Be Fine just wants you to know that you're bald.
No. Be Fine is not allowed to have any say on this podcast. Fuck him.
All right, do we want to talk about this, or can I take it away?
We can talk about it. We're getting distracted because HFFO has untreated ADHD.
Well, but you don't all automatically just go squirrel.
Anyways, so I was actually happy to not play Atlanta again. As I think I was saying this earlier, and it's not because I don't like the people on Atlanta or anything like that, but there are probably two teams in the league that consistently give me conniptions when I'm trying to figure out how to play them, and they're Seattle and Atlanta. Seattle this last season, I feel like their heart wasn't really in it, I'm going to be honest. And I think that was because of the Minnesota series, and we don't really need to rehash all of that, but I think that was deflating for everybody involved. And you know, it made it feel a little weird. It was a weird cup run. It was probably the quote unquote least stressful cup run we've had, which I know most people hearing that are probably like, okay, and now we have to shoot cake for daring to say that.
We could just hear all the eyes rolling.
But it's the truth. It felt like the least stressful one so far.
I mean, you did only lose 3 games the whole playoffs, so you know the records speak to that as well.
Yeah, and I mean the record does. I'm trying to back that up. Though I will say, in one way, Philadelphia was actually the most stressful team we played in any of these 5, because that first game of the finals, they came out and punched us in the face in a way that we were absolutely not ready for.
That definitely put us on the heels a little bit.
Like
as much as you can in a 5-game series, but it was still like, oh, okay, here you go.
Was it like a tactical thing they did? Like they just kind of...
Yeah, it was. They came out. So I mean, I'm sure you're both aware that right now SHL is trending towards a very speed-heavy wing play, take it up the sides, put it into the center, and then score kind of style as the meta. And we in Edmonton have been very much on the forefront of that. It's how we played. It's what has been very successful for us. And then we get into the finals with Philly, and the tactics they brought in just completely shut that down. We couldn't get any speed. We could barely move the puck up the wings. skating, passing, nothing was working. They just totally shut down our breakout, our neutral zone, and we never even got to do the offensive zone because it was just hard getting in there. So we completely changed up how we were playing from game 2 and onward because of that.
And really,
so basically, if anyone's looking on how to stop the speed meta, look at game 1 versus Philly, is what you're saying.
And we still, to be clear, we still outshot them 40-30, and they scored with 20 seconds left to win. But
it was
still stressful.
Game 3, right? Was the that was the overtime.
Yeah, that was the overtime one. 7-6.
That one, yeah. Oof.
Because that felt like I can't recall, but I don't think that any of the games after that were close.
Yeah, 4-2 in game 4, and then 6-3 in game 5.
So, game 3 was really like the turning point, right? Because you're on your heels. Game 1, game 2, you get a. Are you on the road? On the road?
Yeah. Game 2, we were home, and
3-4 on the road.
3-4 on the road. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to win game 2. Statistically, I think home ice advantage is still fairly heavy in FHM. So you have to at least go out 1-1, and then to take game 3 in overtime is the big swing.
Yeah, I think that was the kind of game that had they won it, it would have been like, okay, now we're down 2-1. Obviously, OT can go either way, but you go from feeling pretty good about, all right, at least we got out of. You don't want to lose game 1, but you split, and then if you lose game 3, it's like, okay, now we're in a little bit of trouble here.
I think,
but to take both on the road,
especially with losing game 1, game 3 did feel like a must-win for us. And technically it wasn't, right? Winning game 4 would have had the exact same respects, even if we'd lost game 3 as far as getting back home ice and all of that. But the feeling of it is you have to, when they come out and in the first game on your home ice, they basically punch you in the mouth, right? You have to return the favor. Just from a morale, and I know in the game we reset the happiness so the in-game players don't really have this issue, but it's a real thing in the locker room and in the coaching staff. The morale is there and it's real. And from that perspective, you've got to win that game 3. You have to return the favor of what they did to you in game 1 in order to kind of bolster everybody's spirits a little bit and be like, okay, we can do it too. We got shocked, but we believe in ourselves still.
And so go, Hef.
Mine is kind of different, just a completely different tangent. But is there anyone in your locker room, in your team, who you play as when you need to change something up, they're the person you look to try something new on? I know I was talking with Caleb, and he was saying Edzis Ozolins in SFP, they try him at a whole bunch of stuff whenever they wanted to make a change, and he was kind of the guy they based around trying new stuff. They just throw him in a whole bunch of different stuff and tested him out in different scenarios. Is there a Swiss Army knife player you have on your team who uses the catalyst for change?
I wouldn't say there's one specific one. We do that, but it's not with one specific player necessarily. I've been very much that Swiss Army knife experimental. Hey, we're going to try a thing on you, see if it works. Gwen has been that, with the Sniper Center. That was a total random, well, not random, but it was a total out of nowhere experiment that we decided to do with her player to see what would happen. We've done it with defenders on occasion. Last playoffs, actually, a good one was B Fine into a rushing defender was a new experiment that we tried. We've done it with other players. Alaska, maybe not all experiments, but he's changed roles a lot since that first season he was here, 82. We move him all around, different wings, different roles.
Because I'm getting old now. There aren't very
It's
many of us
partly-
S71s left. Like,
Yeah,
Thank
and you're not
goodness.
ever allowed to retire. So
I say the world will eventually be free of Dominic Winters in the playoffs. So
Well, so folks being free is a good segue because you have one new cup winner right on the roster in his last season before he's free to be a goaltender, right? Patty gets his first cup with Cracker Pizza. And then you guys had Lore this season, who is back to cup winning from the SFP days. So two new faces on the roster for this cup win versus last season.
Yep, correct. And that's a pretty normal amount of turnover for us. It's usually one forward and one defender a season approximately that are new on our roster. A lot of it's budget. A lot of that is budgetary stuff. It's like there is a limit to what we could afford, and especially when we were at that point a little bit where we were having 2 or 3 players tier up every season for like 3 straight seasons, and watching our wiggle room go from, okay, there's a little bit, we can bring in a player like Brickwall on free agency, to, oh my God, we have to give HFFO a pick so that we can get retention on a 900 TPED man.
hey, it worked though, right? I mean, we got the cup with it, but yeah, the budget is.
Thank you, Patty.
The budget is our biggest enemy every year, I feel like. So
I feel like that worked out great for Patty.
Oh, it worked amazing for Patty.
The day after I traded him, his Madison jersey arrived.
oh jeez.
Well,
It's like, oh, look what I got. Oh, see ya, Patty.
So all three of you are on the other side of the budget change over the offseason. I'm curious, because we have not had a SHL Tonight since the budget change.
We haven't, had we?
So I'm curious what you all think about the change. I mean, HIF is like on the cusp of being there, and so maybe not so immediately impacted, but obviously the Edmonton roster is like, you guys are probably right trying to get all your contracts done, planning the budget, free agency
They
opens.
snuck one in before the rule came in.
No, we had 2 deals sitting there when
Yeah,
they
we had 2
decided
deals
when the rule change got announced, and obviously we could only go through with one, and we went through with the Bren deal, but it went from a 900 something TPE defenseman to a 499 TPE defenseman just because of that.
And I think a lot of people will probably hear that and be like, 500 is a decent chunk of TPE, but surely it's not that big a difference, right? Because if a 1500 TPE player is pretty good, 2000 TPE player is very good, but sometimes that 1500 performs almost as well anyways. But the difference between 500 and 1000 is like the difference between me playing hockey and somebody who can actually play hockey playing hockey.
Someone who can skate?
I mean,
I can skate
really
in a straight line as long as you don't ask me to turn.
2 points on every physical, basically, right? Like, that's the difference. Yeah. You go from 13s and 14s to 15s and 16s, which at the SHL level is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. And it gets more than the physicals, too. It's like you need to really, with that 500 TPE, you need to really specialize yourself for the role you're playing. If you don't want to be pretty dang bad at the SHL level. And that's part of why we signed the player we did at the 499, because with that 499 TPE, he is mostly invested into like physicals and defensive ratings, with like puck handling being okay. And I want to say
he's got 4 points this year.
Yeah, he's got 4 points. He scored a goal last sim. That was fun.
Did. He scored a goal.
What you really need is someone who just has 20 shot blocking and nothing else.
The ultimate Hodor build.
I was gonna say, where's Hodor?
Probably what he has left at this point with the regression, yeah.
Hodor just hit a milestone, right?
5,000 blocks.
Yeah, 5,000.
The closest
way
other
anybody
active player is less than half, I think someone was saying.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, I don't think anybody ever catches Hodor again.
There's way less blocks in FHM 10. Maybe FHM 12 has more, so you never know.
I also feel like the desire of people to just be a straight defensive defenseman is not high either. So
yeah, but it was the same going in there, but like
True.
It's the same with people playing goalies. People who want to play goalie, they don't care about, the sim sucks. They just want to be a goalie. Like some people just want to be a defensive defenseman. Some people just want to have a penalty fighting build.
Some people get contracts in the SHL and some don't.
If only fighting did anything.
Even if you win, it doesn't do anything.
Which seems silly, right?
Yeah,
like even in the NHL video games, you win the fight, you get energy back, right? Like I'm surprised FHM has not instituted something with regards to that.
Yeah, but there's no real correlation to that. It's just something they put in the video game to make it feel good to fight.
We're playing a video game. Just do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, so this is more of EA's less of this is a hockey video game, whereas this is supposed to be a simulation where it's like, what does a fight really get you?
Yeah.
If this was the 80s, you're defending your star player, but I don't know.
I don't know. It gets the people going, I suppose, and
it's provocative.
Game, you get the crowd into it.
The solution is we need to turn on injuries, and then fighting gets you an injury.
Except fighting doesn't even cause as much injuries as much as hitting and
Oh no, I know. I might barely know hockey, but I know enough to know that.
There's so few fights injuries from it's, I don't know. I'm not an advocate for fighting in hockey in general. I think it's stupid, so that's just me.
I think you can go either way. I think you can justify it, but I don't feel like it's needed, if that makes sense.
You can justify a lot of things. It doesn't mean you should.
Right. Well,
See, I'm not a hockey fan, so I like fighting in hockey because it's really funny to me.
If I want to watch fighting, I want to watch people who know how to fight
for the dumbest shit possible.
They're like, "Oh, you body checked my player legally, but it was hard. Let's go."
Yeah,
exactly.
I can't get behind that.
Stupid, but it's funny. Sense to me. Actually, it's funny because it's stupid, is what I should say.
So you think Brady Tkachuk is very funny?
Brady Tkachuk looks.
Have you seen him? Have you seen the way he looks?
He's the Cyclops monster thing.
Yeah.
Or what's his face from the Goonies?
Yeah.
See, everything about him is stupid, but in a funny way.
I honestly don't know if Nike's here or Weekend at Bernie's at this point.
Just blended into that background.
He's in the Bahamas, right? So he's got other things going on.
Yes, yeah.
At least mentally, he's in the Bahamas.
I would kill for the Bahamas right now. The thing about fighting is not the fight itself. It's the tough guy act around the fight when they don't really want to fight. Like McAvoy, literally last night or the night before. McAvoy's had his entire face reconstructed 3 times this season. Leg checks a guy at the end of the game. The ref starts to hold him back, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I'm the toughest guy alive. I want to." It's no, just go to the bench.
Well, and then you have the opposite with the Gudis hit on Matthews that tears his MCL out for the year, and Toronto did nothing.
If there was a time to fight or do something dirty, that's the time.
Right.
When your star player gets a knee on need and he's going to be fucked for a long time, and you're like, I don't know, it didn't seem that bad, man.
Well, see, it reminds me of Buffalo back in the day when Lucic ran Ryan Miller, and they all just kind of stood there and watched it happen.
Yeah, but see this. You're naming 2 teams with losing cultures, just really aggressive losing cultures at this point.
Hey, Buffalo did win tonight. They won in a shootout. So
yeah, but
I'll get to hear about that
15 years later.
Yeah.
I don't know. Milan Lucic at that point is an ogre.
What do you mean at that point? He came in as Shrek and he stayed in Shrek the entire time.
He's playing over in England now, right?
Is he?
Because he was fighting his own
somebody?
team.
I saw
the villagers.
I saw the clip of him fighting his own team. So
I don't know. He's fighting everybody. His personal life.
Yeah. He played for Fife, the Fife Flyers.
Oh, could not have told you Fife had a team.
He was not even that good for Fife.
Well, he is
never
40,
that good.
right?
He was good for 2 seasons.
Won a cup though, right? I mean, he was on that Boston team that won the cup.
50 points like 5 times. That's not bad.
See, now you've completely lost me, though. Now you're talking about
No,
real
we're
hockey
going
players,
too
and I'm like,
in-depth
who
on
the
hockey.
fuck are these people?
That's the goal. We're trying to exclude you from the conversation while having one.
Yeah.
This is how you learn more, Kate. You learn about players that we mentioned from random bygone eras of the NHL.
So, anyways, Martin Ruzinski.
I learned about
10 minutes ago, Kate was like, we couldn't generate any offense along the boards. They were stopping us in the neutral zone. And she's like, who's Lucic?
I can talk about hockey theory shit all day. I can't talk about actual real life hockey.
Why wasn't Milan Lucic a good player then?
Foot speed.
The hunchback.
Didn't put enough TP in his speed,
yeah. He put all of his TPE into backbend.
I remember one time when I lived in St. Louis, when I was still playing hockey, I skated with Pat Maroon, Cam Jansen, and a bunch of the St. Louis local guys. And Cam Jansen is like the strangest skater I've ever seen for a guy that made the NHL, but could not skate at all. And he was still going through every player on the ice like it was nothing other than Pat. And I was like, all right, I'm just not good like this.
They are NHLers, yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, all right.
The difference from NHLer to a person is massive.
Yeah, I mean, I was not a scrub by any means, and I was still like, okay, yeah, there are levels to this kind of thing.
I mean, I literally just went to Go ahead, Kate.
500 and 1,000 TPE.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was the 500 TPE guy, and Cam Jansen's the 1,000 TPE guy, making me look stupid out there. So
I just went to a college hockey conference finals game yesterday, and the difference between that and an NHL game is insane.
Yeah.
And they're that close. Four players from
3 or 4 of the dudes are that close.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. They'll end up
the rest of those dudes are going to finance jobs.
4 guys will end up in the A. 1 guy ends up in the show.
Yeah.
But the
rest are doing cocaine.
Still the next step.
Yeah. That's actually one of the kids from the school I work with. One of them signed with Barry with the Colts, and one of them signed with I guess it's North Bay, the battalion now. And it was like, oh, okay, you know what? Good for those guys.
My condolences for going to North fucking Bay.
And there was 2 of them. It was him and then another guy that was committed to Bowling Green. They both signed with North Bay. So
yeah, North Bay is a terrible place.
I do actually have a comment on something you said, Hiff. You said the rest of them are going to finance jobs, and I know enough about hockey to correct that. No, they're going to whatever Nepo job daddy can get them.
Sorry, did I not just say finance jobs?
Hey,
insurance.
They're not all finance. Some of them are like in the military industrial complex or lawyers or...
they're not becoming lawyers.
They're not becoming lawyers.
They generally end up
they're becoming paralegals who are paid way too much to sit there and look at one file a day.
They generally end up in finance jobs.
So some of those Boston college guys might be going to law school, but
they're all becoming SaaS sales guys is really what it is.
Yeah.
So that they can drink.
They call it finance.
That's not finance.
Their Tinder profile says finance. I promise.
Okay, fine. I legitimately stared at the same spreadsheet all week this week, so this is too real.
Oh, you too, huh? It was a one big spreadsheet kind of week at my job too.
I wrote a Excel equation that was this long across the entire screen, and then went to the meeting, and they were like, "I don't understand," and I was like,
I can't
help you.
I know it's right, but I don't want to talk about
it. This is why I work in a school, so always something happens.
Nike, I think you got to put that comment up because I got to say, actually,
we started there.
We haven't gotten to the weekly on-topic convo yet. We've started off topic and we've stayed off topic the whole time.
We got to the playoffs for 10 minutes in there, maybe.
All right, so here's my question.
It was definitely not 10 minutes, 10 seconds, maybe.
You two have never drafted a player as SHL GMs in Edmonton. When you do finally take a player, what are you looking for in a player?
I'm going to draft somebody who's gonna earn TPE, but also give me a discount, so it's gonna be a goalie probably. There you go.
So you're
there's your
taking Gore
secret,
this
my
season.
first. Come on, Lowe's not the only goalie in the draft, right?
Are you sure about that?
I haven't actually.
Wait, Patty is in the draft.
They were all in the
Patty
last
is in the
draft.
draft.
Only
Yeah, because
14 of
last
them.
season there were like 20 of them, and it was like,
Cake
well,
did
it's
specify
not quite
earned
tied.
TP though. That kind of eliminates Patty.
Well, goalie TPE doesn't matter though.
We
said earned
just took that
TPE?
off our ice too.
No, we actually did prove last playoffs that goalie TPE does matter, because Denver decided to start their 450 TPE back up against us in a playoff game.
Didn't we win like 13-1?
Yeah, it was not good.
I think there's a point where there's exceedingly diminishing returns on goalie TPE, but it's well above 450 TPE.
Yeah,
It's like-
I just remember when they started that. That was
1,200
a big
minimum.
surprise.
Yeah, it's roughly 1,200, 1,300 in there.
Was
So
that
just
the
give-
8-0
give
game or
goalies
the
other
9-4
things.
game?
Let them spend points on other attributes.
I for one think we should be putting goalie TPE into shooting range and see how quickly we can get a goalie goal in the SHL.
They're turned off. Or
Can we
Why?
check
Can we
it?
turn that
Yeah,
on?
why turn that off? Like,
That should absolutely be on.
Yeah, don't ask me, but
I don't think there's a box for it. I don't think it's a. I just think in FHM they don't have the option for it to like.
Yeah,
Listen, I
They're never
see-
like
I see-
goalie go for the goddamn goal. It's not a thing they have.
I see no logic in goalie goals being turned off.
I just don't think they've programmed goalies to try to score.
if it's available, it should exist.
If,
Yeah.
if, it
I
can, if
think
they
it
can
should
put
have
it
it
into,
all.
if they
Straight
can
up
put it
not
into
available.
Football Manager, they can put it.
What
into
we
FHL.
really need is goalie fights.
I'd be okay with that.
Then all the people who want to fight can play goalie.
I want to see Evoc fight. I don't know, random other goalie here.
I don't want to see Evoc fight because I feel like Evoc would absolutely destroy the other person, and it would just kind of be one of those situations where you're like, I can't enjoy this because it's just so sad.
You mean like watching you make 5 straight finals?
Hey,
Oh, no,
we are
that was actually
absolutely
really
enjoying
enjoyable.
this. It is the first time in league history that's happened.
Also, we both know Evoc would redistribute everything into fighting if goalies could.
That's the other reason I don't want
That's a
goalie
fair
fights.
point.
Yes,
Evoc
because
would be
Evoc
fully
would do it
invested
just to
in
troll me. Yes.
that.
Like, I love you, Evoc, but can you please stop spiking my blood pressure once a season?
Threatening to
only once a
retire or
season?
demanding a trade.
This last season, her spiking my blood pressure was actually she kept adding new conditionals to re-up her contract with us.
Always fun.
And then after we did it and we got the re-up and everything, Luke pinged me in the budget chat. I think it was Luke. It was one of the budget people pinged me in the budget chat and GM channel like a week later to say, by the way, actually her contract had one more season on it. You misread.
Yeah, we didn't even.
So we didn't even need to re-up her contract.
Nice.
So I went through all of that for actually nothing. It made Evoc happy, so it wasn't nothing, but
You've done all the legwork for next season.
But now she's going to add new
Nike.
conditions.
We had the same thing. Like when I was signing Schwartz, she's like, can't sign in Edmonton. I have to admit, ranch is not garbage. I just say it's the best condiment, which ranch is horrendous.
Contract is void.
Go sign her right now. Go.
I can't sign her. She has a
specific
doesn't matter.
anti-Edmonton
Free agent.
clause. Yeah, but would she agree with her anti-Edmonton clause?
There was another thing. I forget what it was.
Isn't that just a one-team no trade clause?
That's literally what it was. If you look at the
Yeah,
contract, it's straight up just a one-team.
I
no
could have
trade
wrote
clause.
that, but I just copy and pasted what she sent me because she had like this whole thing written up. And I was like, whatever, I'll post it. I wouldn't want to trade that.
Someone sent me that in like a DM, and I was like, "All right, I guess." Like, good for you. I mean, everybody should go where they want, I suppose. But
I was a little
generally
sad.
wouldn't trade someone somewhere they don't want to be.
Yeah, like
yeah. I mean,
So-
I don't want players who don't want to be here, and I don't mean that in a harsh way, but like if you don't want to be here, you're probably not going to have a great time. You're probably not gonna, be as open to like connecting to the locker room. And that's just going to make life harder for you, for me, for everybody. It's not worth it for anyone. It's not worth it for any of us. If you don't,
I mean, I can understand people
here,
not wanting to subject themselves to be fine. It makes complete sense.
I think it's one of those things. It's just like when you get drafted, especially if you've been around a couple times, you're like, okay, I know this team. I kind of would be okay going here. Like, I don't have strong feelings on XYZ team. And then you end up somewhere and you're like, all right, this isn't really where I thought I was going to go, and see how it goes. And then you end up pretty happy for the most part. I don't know that I've ever been upset with where I've ended up. Even Edmonton wasn't where I thought I was going to get traded back at the time. And that's obviously worked out fairly well, I'd say.
there's definitely a few places I don't want to get drafted.
Okay, I won't.
You're
a GM, sir.
if I wasn't a GM, there are definitely places I'd be like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
If I wasn't a GM, I'll create some drama for you. If I wasn't a GM, I have at least 2 SHL teams I would immediately refuse to re-sign with.
Two?
Only 2?
2?
I said at least 2.
I will say one team that has come off of my list, and this is simply because I've been around for enough, is Hamilton. Hamilton has come off of my list of teams. I'm like, I absolutely wouldn't go there, to being somewhere like, oh no, you know what? I would happily go there.
Is this post Same ban? You're like, maybe it's fine.
No, it's actually it's like Alex and them. They're like good people.
Alex
Like
is pretty good, yeah.
I remember, like I said, to me, I still have Hamilton in my head from breaking STHS and that whole debacle back in the late 40s, early 50s, and so to me, it took until recently for me to be like, you know what, they're not so bad anymore.
They got James there and a bunch of good people in Hamilton.
Yeah, but you don't have to go to Hamilton to get James. You can go anywhere.
You can't find James in Madison.
You can come to Edmonton to come to.
Can't find James in Madison.
There are less places that you can go to get
not
away from James.
I like James. James is a good guy. He knows a lot of things. Very happy.
Well,
very
he takes
happy
notes on
individual,
everything. There's just it's a walking biography on his Discord.
I asked him one time his notes on me, and his notes on me are simply Alaska, Edmonton, GM. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. That could be a lot worse.
We've got a lot of good comments here.
If Nike traded me to Mad, I would be so happy.
At least 3.
Except we have cap space.
3 is not enough.
What is cap space? I don't think I've seen free cap dollars.
No, we have free cap this season.
Let me see. How many teams would I say no to?
Are we doing this live? All right, everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
3 minutes of independent time.
Okay, well, I mean, I would definitely say no to Madison. I don't want to play for a bald bum.
You already did.
I know that's why I don't want to do it again. I've learned.
I got 10 on my please no list.
No, I see. The thing is, I'm willing to
or
give
11, 10 or 11, depending on.
I'm willing to give most teams a shot. As long as they scouted me, I would give most teams a shot to show me what they got.
I know too many people here. I've been around long enough to have opinions on too many people.
Yeah,
you're still young, Cake. You're going to develop.
I have 11. I have 11.
See, I'm at 8, but there's 2 or 3 that are.
You're like, if I went there, they'd be on a thin fucking row.
Yeah. It depends on who else is there in that moment.
That's fair.
You're like, I have to look at their roster, and if they take this piece of shit, fuck them.
Yeah.
That's true. There are a few players I wouldn't play with that could eliminate
every decision teams. Beyond the initial.
Do you have AW13 on your roster? No, thank you.
Oh well, yeah. Okay, that's an obvious one. How about Pyro 3?
Which one?
Probably shouldn't say. Number 3. Number 3. It's not.
The Pyro?
Not Alpaca, and it's not Streamer Pyro.
The Pyro?
There's a third one. Oh, jeez.
There's got to be more than 3 at this point.
There's worse people. There's worse.
I genuinely respect the people that are saying in the chat that they'd play for anyone. Like I respect that a lot to be that way. That's just not who I am as a person. Like I have way too many opinions on people to be like, oh, I'll go wherever.
so many opinions that are probably like years old that I'm not willing to give up at this
Absolutely.
point.
That is 100% what it is.
I'm willing to give up some opinions, but like some of the people have just done some egregious shit. I'm like, you're just. If I was head office, I would be like, we should ban this person because they're genuinely a bad person.
Yeah, some of these are people from like my first player, and there's certain grudges I hold from like the first week of my first player that I still remember. That I'm like, yeah, absolutely not, would not do it.
I don't remember any of that. Like start, like
so. My first week is when, Mike, you were probably there when Czechia got accused of all the tampering because of the way Reddit posts were done back in the day.
Yeah.
And so my first week was like all the Czechia stuff. There, someone I don't even remember. It was someone on Buffalo wrote like a 1,500-word SHL media post about how Czechia was cheating and we're all lying assholes. And I'm just like, all right, I'm new here. Like this is the first thing I'm seeing on this site is basically screw you. And I'm like, okay, so like that's just stuck in my head. It's nothing against like current Buffalo, but I remember some of those people, and it's like, man. Like you in my head are what I associate with that.
My first player page was like 14 pages long because there was an argument over my choice of free agency as an undrafted free agent because I signed with the team of the person that recruited me to the site. And they were like, you've tampered. And it was like, I only know one person.
Well, that's why I ended up in Czechia. I was like, I know Kaltroit's the only person I know in this site, even from any sense of anything. And I'm like, all right, I mean, I like Czechia. Dominik Hasek's my favorite player of all time. Like, I probably would have ended up there anyways. But now everybody's like,
tampered.
Oh, no. Yeah, 100% tampered.
Okay,
like, absolutely.
We need to find Artie for this.
Yeah. I think he did get fined for that. If I go back and look, like because we put Czechia as a country you can,
and it 100% was still Artie at that point.
It was. Oh yeah.
I mean, this didn't turn into a drama, but Nike, like, yeah, this reminds me when I first joined, and Naomi recruited me, right? She brought me into the site. I think in my J scouting, that at least half the teams that scouted me asked, are you QCC only? And remember, I've been here for a week. I don't know any of the teams at all.
Going, what's QCC?
I'm like, oh, QCC. Yeah, who is that? No, I think I'd spoken to Lore and I knew Naomi, and that was it for my entire interactions with QCC at this point.
That's enough to be QCC only. You talk to Lore. What else do you need?
QCC was actually, after all the scouting was done, QCC was number one on my board because Lore scouted me, and that Lore scouting basically turned into a 6-hour conversation about tabletop OCs and shit. So
about autism.
Yeah, pretty much. It was autism time.
I don't even think St. Louis scouted me this time with my player. I think they just drafted me. Like, yeah, you're going back to St. Louis, and I was like, all right, fair enough.
Pre-Jimmy, that makes sense.
I'd have to go back and look. Yeah.
I don't think there's a single JGM currently that's ever drafted me.
Which makes sense because you're like
a pretty
talkative person.
Huh?
You've only gone to Newfoundland, and Newfoundland just had the big turnover.
Well, I've only gone to Newfoundland with my last 2 players, but I was in Detroit, Regina before that.
We were on that Forest team together, weren't we?
Yeah.
Pretty Burn?
Oh, wow.
No, that was Spangle for me.
Yeah, Spangle was the GM. Pretty Burn was a player on the team.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was 2020?
I think Rich might have been on the team, too.
Yeah, none of the GMs now are people that have drafted me.
They're also not people who have sent a Jewish user a swastika, so pros and cons.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
I happened upon that thread.
I was there, Nike.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we know you're old as shit, HFFO.
Cake, you are by far the youngest SHL person in this chat.
He got the JGM job after that happened, though. Like, this is like this happened before, and he still got the job.
To be fair, back in the day, we were pretty loose with who was getting hired as JGMs. Like, I got
JGM. Not anymore.
Back in the day, we were pretty loose with who we allowed to stick around and do anything.
I got JGM in like my 3rd season, and I was like, all right, cool. I know nothing about what's happening, but
I was JGM my 2nd season.
To be fair, I was JHL my 2nd season.
Cake was SHL GM like 3 seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
Could have been. Waited till 4.
Okay.
That's not quite true. I was JHO my 2nd and 3rd season, and then I was J co-GM my 4th and 5th, and I think 6 seasons. I think that was 3. And then Khalif missed an SHL draft entirely without talking to anybody or telling us anything or appointing a draft helper.
Completely just disappeared.
And the reason why I found out later, it was a private thing. It was basically an emergency. So like, okay, but we were like, you have to have a co-GM. So I basically said, I am your co-GM now. No, you do not get a choice.
Look at me. I'm the captain
now. And then within about a week and a half, 2 weeks maximum of that happening, Khalif had his whole big thing where basically he left Discord entirely. He left SHL entirely. Just vamos. He was fucking gone.
So you asked him to share power, and he said, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Not even that. It was like it was once again personal things that I found out about later. But
I think it's your fault. I'm blaming you for this one.
I just always feel bad
sure,
when
why
somebody
not?
disappears like that. It's like we're here to support you. Like, don't just disappear. Like, we want to be here when you're ready to come back. That's always the thing that bums me out. Like, don't just. I get it. Like, silence everything, but like, I don't know.
I get quitting the GM side of it. Even like, be like, okay, yeah, I'm stepping down from GM. Like, I can't do this. Like, that's fair. I mean, I took like a 6-month break from SHL after my first player, and then after my second player again, just because it was like, okay, I need to reset here mentally, and I think there's a benefit to that. Like, if you are, especially someone that gets super involved, there are so many people that do so many things in the SHL that there's a lot of people I think that would benefit from just a break. Like,
just take a season off. Take 2
off. It also
helps
with like if you're really angry at a lot of different SHL people, just taking a break to like not feel angry at them can help you chill the fuck out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, post my second player, like I absolutely needed that, and then that's gone a lot better for me this time, and I feel like I'm a much like calmer person SHL wise now, and because of that, like you step back and get a little perspective on certain things about why was I so mad about whatever it is, and does that really matter?
I'm gonna be honest. I look at a lot of the drama on this site. I mean, even some of the recent stuff. Like, listen, I'm not saying Sammy didn't deserve to get banned. The dude was a troll for years. He deserved it. But like the specific drama that got him banned, I looked at that and I'm like, are you an idiot? Like, how is this worth it? How is this worth it for anybody involved? Like, this just seems so exhausting to deal with.
That whole thread was so stupid.
Well, that's the point. Like,
why are you fighting Sammy? You know he's an idiot.
There's too much rationalization here. Like, you're doing too much thinking. That's the problem.
You're probably right.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you know, and I understand, like, people being like, you know, don't make a joke out of Women's History Month or Black History Month or Pride Month or any of those, right? These mean a lot to a lot of people. So don't make a joke out of this stuff. But also, when the troll is being an obvious troll, hey, can we just go lock the thread? Just
but then you're restricting my freedom of expression. And if I can't say hateful things on the SHL, where can I say them?
Twitter still exists.
It does still exist, sadly. But
you mean X? As
I will never call
it. No,
X.
I mean, I mean Twitter, because listen, as somebody who falls under the trans umbrella, if Elon Musk is going to dead name his children, which he does, I am going to dead name his only child that matters, which is his website that he bought for like $40 billion.
Honestly, that seems fair to me.
I had never thought of Twitter as a dead name, but I'm stealing that.
It's accurate. It's not wrong. Like,
I mean, it's probably the best. This is probably the best off season of troll banishment since like Gorlab got banned.
oh, I remember that. That was so controversial at the time too. Like people were fighting in that thread when that happened. That made even more sense than banning Sammy to me.
There's been a player who, to this day, still uses his player's last name as Gorlab's player name because he wants Gorlab back.
Wait, is there somebody? There's a Jalopsky still in
There,
this?
Is it
I don't
really?
know if he went inactive, but there was a Jalopsky Blues fan
Oh my
made
God.
fairly recently. Yes.
Like I remember that, like when that happened, and that was probably the most justified banning I think I've seen in my time in the SHL. Oh yeah, that Walrus used it until
Walrus,
he
yes.
he retired,
But
that was in '76, a created player in '76. So
yeah,
The TDW?
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, that checks out.
yeah, it does.
But wasn't Gorlab like? I'm pretty sure he was like deleting things off the site and like he completely purged.
He made a whole
league budget.
No, he made a banking thread, and then he's like, "Well, if you're not going to recognize me for doing this, I'm just going to delete it all." And he just wiped all the banking data.
And somehow not the worst money drama the SHL's ever had. Wasn't it Ragnar that stole all that money from people?
I don't remember.
Oh, geez. There was a commissioner that had stolen a bunch of the money that we were using for like our server fees or whatever.
Oh, real
like
money.
real life
Like
money.
actual, like real dollars. I seem to, I want to say that was Ragnar.
I feel like if it was Ragnar, he would be banned, and Ragnar's not banned.
Maybe it's not Ragnar then. Maybe if it's not Ragnar, I'm sorry, Ragnar.
Might have been D
But
Park or something. I don't know.
I just remember that like I wasn't there for that, but I remember hearing about that from JY or someone that had been here for longer than me.
Doesn't seem like it would be because Ragnar's not banned. He's been on the site for like.
It also doesn't feel like Park would have done that.
Yeah, I don't think
Maybe
Park either. I don't know.
I'm gonna spend some time and
that
go back
feels
through
like-
the thread.
It
More
was
like a
Fanto.
Alex and
Okay, that
Peter.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, comments
I
are telling
just
us it
remember
was Fanto.
hearing
That's
about
believable.
that.
I'll go with it.
Fanto, the commissioner. Yeah, he's volunteering for that job.
Commissioner, never want that job.
I missed that. Yeah. Well, so that's the thing, right? We started this conversation talking about like taking a break and like it's okay to take a break. And I think what a lot of folks do is like you slowly build on top of things, right? Like it's very easy to be like, I'm a JGM now. Oh, I can just like I'll be a media head and the JGM, and then all of a sudden you're doing 4 jobs. And you're like, holy smokes, I'm spending 6 hours a week on the SHL. It's like it's okay to just drop a couple things. And I know I personally feel bad for head office and the commissioner team when they have to replace people for jobs because I recognize that that's hard. But like people have to like you have to find the right balance. This is supposed to be for fun. And so if you're getting to the point that engaging with the community is negative, both from the user side, like I understand we have to clear out the bad people when things like that happen because that's negatively impacting hundreds of people, but also like make a personal decision for yourself. When you're having a negative interaction every time you're interacting with the thing, like dial it back and like see it more as a hobby, and then it will be more fun and you can ignore it when somebody's just being a troll or a pain in the ass. Like, I don't know. That's just
I don't think you're wrong.
self-reflection.
I don't think you're wrong though. But I think the hard part, at least from what I see, is when we have people that have 5, 6, 7, 8 head jobs, and the problem is you have that situation, but it's because you know those people can do things, and so it's that self-fulfilling like cycle of, oh, I know this person can do this job, let me give them this job. And that's how we end up with new users that are sitting there going, I can't get a job. And it's like, yeah, because we don't know who you are. But it's like, well, how am I supposed to prove myself to know that?
That's a hypothetical user at this point. They're not applying to jobs.
I agree.
I've seen the job
think there are a
applications for
lot.
the jobs at this point. It's 1 or 2 people sometimes, and they're not sending their best. No.
A lot of times it's begging, right? Like for people to apply.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's
and
not,
I
it's
know
not a
there are
real thing.
absolutely,
The
I
whole
know there
like
are absolutely that.
I
But
can't get a job thing is largely a myth. If you only want a specific job and you're waiting on that, I can't help you there. If you're like, I only want to be a rookie mentor, you're gonna be waiting. Like,
yeah, no, and I'm not talking about like the specific that kind of thing. It's just I know there are people that are the head of like 7 different departments, and those are people that are talking about how much they feel like they're doing. And it's like, okay, you're the kind of person that I absolutely respect what you're doing. I understand that we need you to do whatever it may be, but that's where you probably should dial that back a little bit, because then you don't end up with, like Nike saying, 6, 7 hours a week on site, literally just managing people, and that's not fun. At some point you are stressing yourself out, and for what?
I think it's a mental health thing, and a lot of people, through no fault of their own, don't realize how much they are taking on when they take on all these things. And then, right, it starts hurting your mental health, but by that point you really can't see it because you're in the weeds, right? You're surrounded by this, and it's like there's always, I can't leave this job. I have to do X, Y, and Z still. Like, these things have to get done, and by the time those are done, well, here comes back ABC needs to be done. So once you get in this position, it's a very self-fulfilling prophecy, I think. Which isn't me offering a solution. It's just I don't know how you help those people other than maybe setting like limits at the highest level. Hey, you can only be like a GM and say a head of one thing, or a GM and just like a normal worker in 2 things. Kind of.
I feel like the most of the people who are
limit.
stretching themselves out are the people who are in head office because they have to deal with people and they generally have to deal with almost every department, and like they have to do so much to keep everything on track. And then they also have to deal with people saying, you're a piece of shit all the time. So
and it never stops for them, right? Like as a GM, we have the 4 or 5 days in the off season that are crazy. Like, when GM tasks get posted and we have to get our contracts together, like you just know that week is the majority of the work for the off season. Like, that's why we get the pass, because we have to do all that stuff around draft, free agency, and this like the same thing applies for the folks that work like in events. Those 3 weeks over the off season is a lot because you're going to do draft and then you're going to do award ceremony. And if we do a Hall of Fame ceremony, like back to back weeks, we might have 3 things going on. And then the simmers know that like 1 or 2 days a week, they have to block off an hour of time. And so maybe the one thing is, like, for the newer folks that are thinking about applying for jobs, you can also look at that frame of reference, right? Like, do I want a job that's repeatable, that I'm just doing a little bit every week? Can I deal with the fact that what I find is challenging is, as a GM, like, if our season ends and it's between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're all screwed. Like, everybody's like, horrible. It's the holidays, and now all of a sudden it's the off season, and like, how do we manage? Because this past holiday season, we had an off season smashed in the middle, and everybody was stressed out, and everybody was yelling at each other, and it was like, well, no kidding, everybody has life things to do on top of like keeping this thing moving, and so like that stuff happens, but when you have that and you're the kind of person that has both of those things at the same time, it becomes this perpetual, like, oh my gosh, I'm a GM, I'm doing all these things, and then I'm also doing events, and then, all of a sudden now I'm also simming, and like the season never ends. You never get a break. And so you have to take a conscious break, like Alaska's talking about. Otherwise, you never get a break, and it's exhausting. So that's just my soapbox. But also, Luke can't quit all of his jobs because then we'd be fucked.
Yeah, Luke quits, we're all screwed. But
or if Teddy decides to leave, then it's over.
Yeah, it's just hard especially because then you have people that are so involved in so many things. If they do take a break, they're like, oh, now everything is just screwed. Like you said, one of those guys quits, we're like,
and a lot of those
are the SHL goes forward from you.
But and a lot of those are those HO people that got mentioned earlier, right? Like, there's a reason they're in HO, and it's because they really care about the site. But in the end, it is meant to be a hobby. And it's great to really care about your hobbies. Don't become like, not that I'm saying any of them are. I want to be clear. I'm not actually saying anybody is, but you know, those like really niche hobby Reddits, subreddits, whatever, where the people on them are crazy psycho.
There have
Like,
been
if you do,
there have been a couple department heads that have had Reddit mod energy,
yes.
and the end of their tenure has been a little dramatic. It's been on the down low, but it's been a little funny to watch.
I'm just like, you know, and I'm not saying anybody is like that. Just please don't become like that. Don't let yourself become that person, because that person is impossible to work with, and you're not having fun at that point, and we all know it. Like, those people aren't having fun. They're just trying to win something.
I do think what Tyranitar put in the chat actually makes sense. I at least has backed up my experience in a lot of the various SHL jobs I've had, that there are some that are really easy to hire for and some that are very much not.
Yeah. I will say I don't think PT team is actually one of the easier ones to get people who actually do it. But that's because I know PT head.
I've never seen the inside of that job, and I don't want the inside of that job.
That is PT head. That's Naomi.
Yeah, it's just Naomi, pretty much.
Tyranitar is Naomi. That's who it is. So
wait,
is that who it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then tell us how many
Naomi says
PT graders actually do much grading. Then I'm curious about that, because I bet it's not that many.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember
Naomi
grading
posts
media
every post, so I have.
You want a real thing? Like, if you look at the draft renders, 90% of them are Raj doing this, like, every year.
No, so it was Raj, and now it's Raph, and then I think Raj is coming back.
It used to be Jove, and then it's
yeah.
Like, but it's just every year it's one person who does the vast majority of the work,
and
no one else is doing it.
They make $100 million.
Yeah,
rightfully so. Those are impressive.
Yeah.
So. I have seen, I think this last season was actually the best on that, though, especially like if you look at the draft cards, because it tells you who made the draft renders. There's plenty of Raph ones, but there's also like some Verdant Sky is in there. I think I saw a couple that were Any, a couple that were Lore. I think there might have been one or two that were Raj. I don't have them all, so I haven't seen all of This Is Who Made the Draft render.
Why are you looking at draft cards? You don't draft.
No, I had to draw 400 packs of cards to try and get my 2K, though.
And failed.
I had to trade for mine when I came up, so.
Me too. I would like to shout out Rex for getting my first draw 2K and trading it to me. Thank you very much. This is your public acknowledgement that was really cool of you.
Rex is awesome. I love Rex.
Yeah, I like Rex too.
The 2K cards are so nice, anyways.
They're so cool.
Just love to have one on day.
You'd have to actually keep your player around.
I was just say that just requires you to.
How many do you have, Nike?
2K cards?
Yeah.
1.
How many players have you had?
5.
Glass houses.
That's still one more than you, HFFO.
One is more than 0.
Sure.
I mean,
the man with $5 saying to the broke man, like, you know, you're poor.
I got mine from 01. I traded for that. So.
Oh, Naomi actually answered my question.
Everybody does theirs.
So you're just wrong, Cake. That's what it is. You're wrong.
Yeah, apparently I am wrong in this case. Hey, you know what? Maybe that's why I'm an A-tier GM. I am willing to admit that sometimes I'm wrong and let my war room's better instincts guide us.
Everybody needs a Naomi. And a Gwen, and a Ramen, and a.
Well, we don't have a Ramen anymore.
I guess we don't have a Ramen anymore.
For a couple seasons.
And a Schwartz, and a Jess, and a Corey. We could go on. There's too many people that everybody needs. That's the problem. Exactly the problem you're just talking about.
That's why I collect them all. We have like the Infinity Stones over here with coaching. So.
Everyone needs a Caleb. Everyone needs an egg cracker. That's what every team needs.
I feel like if you're trying to make like the Avengers over there of coaching to come back at Edmonton.
He's waiting for.
You won't be in my window. It's fine.
Not if we live forever.
For exactly when we collapse, and then he's going to send me a trade offer for Gwen. I guarantee it.
I believe that.
I don't think we have room for
his
Gwen.
first trade offer is going to be for Juke.
I do love me some Juke.
I have
Then
indeed
Gwen.
gotten a few trade offers for Juke, actually.
Yeah.
Didn't you send me one once?
I did, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You did?
I was like,
Yep.
how many firsts do you
no.
want for Juke?
7. I want 7 of them.
That is
I think I would have
legitimately.
paid 3.
Three's nothing for Juke. I'd pay 4 for Juke, easy.
Whatever the original Juke, the Manhattan Juke trade was, just dial that one up again.
Call us in like 2 seasons and we'll see.
2 seasons, I'm still going to suck, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, actually,
Your picks are even more
talk
valuable.
about that. We should talk about that. How did it feel to halfway blow it up, but not be able to fully blow it up in Chicago there?
It's not the inability. He chose to do this.
Yes, yeah. I will be the first one to tell you. So when I took over Chicago, the team had held up like through the F60s. Chicago had, I don't know, 4 different GM pairs, and each one of those GM pairs was part of the core that had been there for a long time. And so when I took over the team, they had basically run the wheels off the car, and I took over with essentially no assets left, right? Like it was, if you guys had essentially no picks, like if your picks look like what Baltimore's look like right now.
You mean Tampa Bay?
How about Tampa
Tampa's
Bay?
like right now. Right. And you were like 2 years older than you are now. Like that's what the Chicago roster looked like when I took over. And so we were so bad and the locker room was like so dead that when I started to do this rebuild, retool this offseason, I was like, I'm not going down to the bones because I still want to keep like some of the people I like around in exchange for the fact that I might win a few more games. And Hiff and I disagree because Hiff is like, if you want to get the people that you want,
no. Let me explain my side. 1, those people will stay in your locker room as long as you keep them in your locker room. 2, you have your picks. You're not pickless like that Chicago team. And 3, if you draft the good people, your locker room will be active. It's not about the record of your team. It's about the people you bring in. So the people you had there were there for so long, and it started like dialing away from the SHL. They're going to other places, which is why they weren't there as much. And 80% of them were just in Newfoundland anyway, let's be honest.
Yeah. But I just like...
It's a different situation. You're conflating 2 different ideas because you don't want to have this situation.
The first experience sucked so bad that I was like, let me hang on to still some core folks that I really and like you said, not everybody has disappeared from the locker room, but it's just different when you're not part of the team. And I'm sure everybody, with maybe the exception of Cake, who hasn't been on another SHL team at this point, understands that like there's your primary and then there's your other locker rooms that you're in. And so it's just
Cake gets the St. Louis to Edmonton change, you go from a different team.
Must be cool to still be able to talk in St. Louis after you graduate. Must be neat.
Should have been the co-GM for the New Order.
Are you trying to fire me? I mean, I can quit.
On air firing.
Not.
That's what SHL Tonight is missing.
I could apply for another J team and be told I don't have a connection to the team I used to GM, but hey.
But so we can talk about the inevitable Edmonton rebuild whenever that happens. Do you all believe in the Nike way of doing things or the Hiff way of doing things is the question.
You can't call it the Nike way until it works for you. You can call it the Atlanta way or the New England way.
Yeah,
I'm somewhere in between those, though.
Okay, I'll tell you this, and this will give you a hint where I'm going to land on it probably. My price currently for anybody who wants to get Gwen for their coaching room or whatever when she's on the decline is legitimately 7 firsts. Give me 7 first rounders and you can have the best coach in the league.
I already have the best coach in the league.
No, you have about the
coach fight.
No, I have Caleb.
Oh, you have Caleb. True. Okay, never mind.
Caleb is back,
the third
baby.
best. You have the third best.
I have the Caleb Ramen meld mind, which becomes the best coach.
That was a fun
Dude,
experience.
It's like
I
when you
have
become
myself,
Super Saiyan, it
Gwen.
becomes like a single cell. I
See,
don't
but
watch
okay,
Dragon Ball,
wait,
so I
wait,
don't
but
know.
I am someone that is qualified to talk about this. I've been a part of both the Caleb Ramen mind meld and the Gwen mind meld, and the Gwen mind meld has won more games.
Not more cups though.
Not yet. I've been a part of both. They both been like, I have nothing bad to say about either group. Like, they are obviously both phenomenal at what they do, and it's been a very fun and fortunate experience to be part
I'm
of
gonna
both.
say it. Foxes are dumb.
All right.
So
I've just
now
heard
we know the
some.
real reason he quit.
I've heard some stories of the Gwen like string of consciousness as games are happening and like tactics are, and it's a whole not like I can't fathom my brain working like that.
You ever see that,
So-
that gif of like
Have you talked to
Zach
Gwen just about
Galifianakis?
anything?
Like,
Yes.
So that's just Gwen on every topic ever.
No, I
Like-
know. But
Like anytime you're talking to Gwen and you want to like learn something, it's just like information is being spit at you, and you just have to hope you can comprehend it.
no, but what, from what I understand, there Gwen can talk herself into and out of things in a stream of consciousness. You can just watch it happen versus actually like you don't have to engage. She will get to like
coaching
things on
room,
her own out loud, and I love
It's like
that.
Cake in Alaska don't do anything. That's what I was saying.
What the hell? Okay, Alaska doesn't. Come on.
Just
Like,
let
I don't do
Gwen go.
I don't do coaching. I won't even deny that. I know nothing about coaching. Do not trade for me if you expect me to coach. I don't get it at all. Though I do get some things.
See what happens. What happens, especially in the playoffs, is at least if it's possible with my work in her school, is Gwen and I will sit in the voice chat and we will watch the live sims of our playoff games, especially, and we will curse out our players for everything they do that isn't absolutely perfect on the ice during that game. And then we will spend about 10 minutes just like stream of thought at each other of what we saw and didn't see, and the screenshots of the opposing tactics or whatever, and then we decide our changes through some kind of osmosis.
It's fascinating to watch.
And send those in, and then we win.
So how much test simming is involved in this?
Absolutely none.
0.
Thought I could get him. If we weren't getting a firing, I thought we might get a banning live on air, but I'm sorry, we failed.
The interesting thing to me is like how much NHL FHM would you have to play to learn anything that you could use?
Ask Caleb his FHM.
Caleb. Yeah, I literally will watch every time
Caleb
he
is the
pops
guy
up
who
on
plays actual FHM.
Every time I look
Glenn
at my
also
Discord,
plays
he's
actual
actively
FHM.
playing FHM, I feel like.
If it's not FHM, he's playing Flight Simulator, or he's doing something really weird with his parents.
Even right now on my activity for Caleb, it says FHM. Like,
I have never played FHM except for putting in SHL Tactics. Not once.
I played it once upon a time, but before it ever came to SHL.
I tried to load it one time and I couldn't even get past the preseason. It was like set your budget, and I was like, I don't know, I can't do this. I don't know how.
Yeah,
See, and the funny part is, I absolutely love playing Football Manager, which is like the soccer version of this, and I can't stand the NHL, like the hockey version at all. Like, I don't enjoy it.
That's because Football Manager is actually a good game.
It's a different.
They have a budget,
right?
FHM is 2 guys in a basement who are like.
I was explaining to my wife
thrown
one
at
time
them when the OOTP devs are bored.
Yeah, they're like, oh, by the way, here's our code from 8 versions ago if you want to look at it.
Also, that comment from Gwen is actually exactly what I was going to say. We don't need to test sim. The regular season is for testing things. And that's going to be, I'm just going to be frank with you. That's going to be true in our rebuild too. When we are a shit team and we're not expecting to do good, I am absolutely planning to use the 66 game regular season to test things.
Oh, I mean,
will it matter though if you don't have players? Like,
I will tell you, it doesn't work because I started this season doing exactly that, and we're like, oh, let's try.
I heard about Noxu's double point shooter pairing fucking bullshit idea.
Well, but also like counterattacking forwards down the middle. We're trying to play a little bit more with like screener, garbage collector. Yes, the double point shooter.
Oh yeah, you're welcome for that.
Like, Like, yes, we are going to test the whole season random things to see what might work because I'm not concerned with winning 50 games.
But you want to make the playoffs.
Yeah, we're in the Western Conference, Hiff.
The Western Conference is a buzzsaw. Every time I look at the standings, I'm like, oh, good. It's 5 Western Conference teams at the top again. Love that.
Yeah, like
We've lost 2 games, and we are 1 point above Seattle.
Yeah, like the top 3 teams are West, and then it's Minnesota at 5, Madison at 6, like Denver at 8.
We all have the same point. I think Minnesota's 2 points ahead of us, but yeah, it's
Right. That's just it. You guys are everybody's tied. It's like, all right, cool. Like Texas being 3rd right now is shocking to me, but I'm like impressed by what
no,
they're
they
doing.
have all the talent. It gets they got some coaching figured out because they
figured
got really
something out
unlucky
'cause
last year. Last year
we swept them in the first round last year. So to me, I'm sitting there
no,
going,
but
wow,
their
all right,
regular
that's
season
impressive.
they should not have been that bad in the regular season last year.
yeah,
They had a better team than that.
they had probably one of the best like depth groups in that middle table of teams last season for
Well,
sure.
that's what I'm saying. It's an impressive change to see them up in 3rd now rather than in 8th or 9th or
What's
wherever
impressive
they're
is
hovering.
to see freaking Los Angeles. Like what is
Yeah, I
Wazzy
want to call
off?
them out too.
And
Los
Buffalo
Angeles
is scoring
is
like
on.
1,000 goals.
Fuck you, Wazzy. I have your pick.
Yeah, say Buffalo's got 100 goals this year already. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Testament, 100% BV. Yep, Dan.
No, it's BV. BV got topped by Gwen.
So I want to know,
Quebec.
did Valpix, Diana Captina stick with the defensive build, or are they just scoring with did they change the? Because they
I don't know,
want
you
to be
guys
like a
wanna-
pure defensive center, and I don't know Valpix is a person who changes their mind often.
I don't know. You want to talk about
It's
what
kinda
the most
balanced.
shocking thing so far in the season is? Because it's not Buffalo and it's not Texas. It's Montreal. They're sitting in a playoff spot right now.
At
they
6
also
and
have
9,
six,
it's
they have
not.
6 wins from.
It's everyone else below them has been awful. It's not them doing anything good.
Okay,
Yeah,
we can't be
but
too harsh on the Eastern
Cincy and
Conference, or else we're going to get
Nashville should
pinged by
not
every
be.
Eastern GM about how the East is stronger than the West.
Yeah, except I've been saying the East is shit for years, and no
Yeah.
one's proved me wrong. So
I trust
I will.
Atlanta in the East.
New England is generally a hard out in the East. Philly's a hard out.
I trust Luke on a whole. Like I feel like Luke is a smart guy, but
I think the Hamilton team is very strong,
Mhm.
but
Those are the 4 teams in the East that could potentially
Shake it up.
the middle of the table in the East compared to the middle of the table in the West is not close, and then the top of the West is just another tier.
like the
New
fact
Orleans
to me
is-
that
New Orleans is
Minnesota,
8th.
Madison, like
New Orleans is
Madison and
8th in the
Denver.
West. They'd be a top 6 team in the East for sure.
Yes, easy.
Like Madison and Denver both, and Los Angeles, all being road teams in the first round right now, when they'd be the number 3 team in the East.
We're gonna get swept regardless. We haven't won a playoff game in our whole history.
But it's like looking at that, like that's just silly. Like why? And it's not even like the bottom of the West is that much worse. Like it's comparable. Like Chicago, you guys would be a playoff team in the East right now.
I don't believe you, but I'll take your word for it.
No,
Just
you
by-
would.
just by
You'd be tied with Cincinnati, who's 8 right now. Like,
No, they'd
No, they're
be
2
2
points
points behind
behind.
Cincy.
oh,
But I will
are
say,
there overtime losses? I'm not saying. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Okay, I had my phone in
if
front of it.
Chicago was in the East, I think they'd have more wins and they would be in the playoff. Because they
I
have
don't-
more wins.
I don't think I've played anybody yet, though.
I mean, you've
Like
played,
I've lost to Hiff twice, but I don't think I played you guys. We split with Denver. Like I don't think
You
we played
played-
Seattle at all.
Oh, yeah, we haven't
We
played
beat
yet.
Seattle
with
this year, and we've lost to San Francisco twice. Like my team is a clusterfuck of we play like shit against bad teams and bring our game against good teams.
Well, Nike, we're going to play you on looks like Monday and Tuesday, both in Edmonton. So
Perfect. That's exactly what I needed.
That's when you test
Nike-
the double point shooter build. That'll be
We already tested that, and it didn't last long.
double quarterback against Edmonton. I'm telling you, it's the play.
No, but I need to correct this record. Nike, your first 4 games were against at least pretenders. I think to start this season, right? You played Denver, then Seattle, then New England twice.
Yes,
Okay.
the first sim, but since then we played Denver.
You played Hamilton after that. You played Denver again.
Played some
You played
legit
Madison
teams.
a bunch. You played Philly. You played Atlanta.
I think we lost to Toronto.
You just haven't seen us or Buffalo.
Right in that same.
You did lose to Toronto. I think that was Toronto's first win too.
Ooh.
Nike's like, I'm leaving.
Toronto's
now.
got 5 wins now. I think he disconnected, honestly. No, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah, like the East, the bottom of the East is just bad.
I'm surprised that there's at least one team I'm surprised has wins, but I'm not gonna.
Tampa Bay?
No, definitely not Tampa Bay.
Is it Baltimore?
Going for it? No, it was Tampa. It was Tampa.
Actually, I'll be honest. I have a team I'm surprised has wins, and it's a West team. I'm surprised Winnipeg has wins.
I trust Vitor. Vitor?
It's not about Vitor. It's just that roster is so weak, and they've played a lot of really good teams so far already that I'm kind of surprised they have wins at this point.
I mean, the crazy thing is there are 6 teams with average forward and DTP below 1,000.
Right.
That's crazy.
Okay, here's my bold suggestion for parity. Let's introduce relegation and promotion.
I want to see the challenge.
Worst team in the East and worst team in the West go down, and then they get replaced by the best team in the South and the North in the J.
Yeah, but then you send their roster down, and then they have the SHL roster in the J?
Players, yeah.
It's like, you're all capped, except these guys get to keep their dues.
I just want to see like the worst team in the SHL every year play the best team in the J, and then the J champion, the 4-star Cup champions play the Challenge Cup champions.
You really want to watch Montreal and Tampa get their shit kicked by Quebec City, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I think that would be hilarious. Like
that would be
one of the. I would genuinely tune into that. I am not a live stream guy. Like as if knows, we've had our fair share of debates on live sims, but I would watch those. I would make some popcorn and watch those.
I think it would be really interesting at the very least to see.
It'd be more interesting than the All-Star game, because who watches the All-Star game?
I feel bad for the All-Star committee. I feel bad for the All-Star committee.
And they try really hard every year to come up with something to be interesting, and no one gives a shit.
It's hard because like you have all the All-Star stuff, and then you have all the all SHL stuff, and people conflate the two too often, so nobody really knows what's happening with either one.
But they're not the same.
Right.
Lore made me a meme once, and I don't think I have it anymore, but it was that meme of like, I'll never forgive the Japanese, but he replaced the Japanese with the SHL All-Star Committee. I am an All-Star hater, and it's not even because I dislike the people on the team or anything like that. When I was HFFO, you're going to hear about this again because I've never forgiven it. This is my one true super petty SHL thing. When I was a rookie in SHL, I got on the All-Star roster as a rookie, as EDM's one player, because I had a really good rookie season, and then I was shit for like 3 seasons, but really good breakout rookie season. So I got on the All-Star game, and then they did their All-Star game sim, and I was excited for that. I was a rookie who got on the team. That was cool as shit. When they simmed it, I wasn't on the team. Was it Luke Larac? I don't remember who they replaced me with.
I think it was Blix, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Luke Larac, Blix. They replaced me with a player who, A, had been traded like 3 seasons ago, B, had retired. And that was the EDM rep on the All-Star team.
Oh, jeez.
It was a good time.
Yeah, so I'm an official All-Star game hater because of that. I've never forgiven it. It is my one and only SHL super petty. I'm never letting it go thing.
I'm on the same player arc right now, by the way. I had a good rookie season, and I've been pretty mid this season so far.
Hey, if you can follow Cake's path of winning 1 billion cups, then I feel like that's a successful way of doing it.
How could I possibly architect a team similar to Edmonton's?
Hey, man. Listen, you know,
Nike's weekend of Bernie's again. I don't know if he's here.
He twitches every once in a while.
Yeah, I think he just he zones out.
The
He's like, oh god,
sunglasses.
they're talking about themselves again. Zone out time.
Follow the finger, Nike.
I'm following it. You just can't see my eyes.
No, HFFO. You know that you have truly followed the EDM make people hate you, break parity path for success when you make a trade that makes them change the rules a couple seasons later.
You mean like the draft rules that changed?
I was going to say that wasn't
you,
even a couple seasons later. It was the season later. It was less than a month later.
I'm voting for the retention rule to be called the Edmonton rule at this rate. So that's my vote. But
to be fair, if it was Edmonton GMs who had used Calgary to get really good deals on a retained player, I did that first. Evan Winter, shout out S72.
My favorite, my whole thing on that is does everybody not have access to the same rules? Did we not all have the same rule?
It's not that all the good teams don't have it. It's that a lot of the teams who were trading retained players weren't getting the value they should be getting out of it, which led to there were teams who were I'm only trading it if I'm getting a decent actual return, and some teams were I'm moving a player, I'll just throw in the retention for nothing or cheap. And they're it's just the disparity between the two that can lead to a disparity to other teams. Basically, it was not being used well by the trading player team.
Yeah, so that sounds like the GM issue, not a rule issue to me.
That's what it was, but it's that you can't have the rule if it's going to be abused because of the skill difference, right?
But also the problem is the difference in budget dollars for the top 4 teams in the league is so much different than the middle 12 in 90% of, because it's not real money and there's no owner that's you know what I mean? When you add $6 million in budget to a team that's got an average TPE of 1,600, there's a marginal difference that is so much bigger than the 1,000 TPE average team being oh yeah, I can take that player and then go out and spend the extra $6 million on other assets that are there. There's so much less movement of players in the SHL generally that
the lack of free agency. There's not a lack of free agency. The lack of users that utilize free agency is definitely how the trade disparity seems more extreme.
I mean, it makes sense, right? If you're on a good team, you're not going to leave in free agency to join a team where you don't know if you're going to be good. And if you're on a bad team, the good teams are generally full up because they generally have built their team through the draft. So they don't have room for you. And you're going to end up in a similar or worse spot. Why would you leave your current team if you like them?
It's also just
I actually don't know how to fix that. That's not a me saying, I have this.
I don't think it's an issue. It's not a problem. It's a nature of the sim. Generally, the people who want to leave get traded before they hit free agency because the GMs are I'm going to lose you for nothing. We'll get you to where you want to be or anywhere that isn't here.
Well, and that does cycle back around to the retention value thing, because if you're trading a player who otherwise would just leave in free agency, you're still trading, you still get some value. The only way that you're really adding actual value to that trade in that case is the retention, right?
Right.
So
it's when you're in this situation, it's understanding the relative value of retention to the team you're trading to, not to your team. So you're I can retain this player and you can give me an extra second, but understanding that that retained contract player to that team is worth multiple first round picks because it makes them that much stronger, and you're selling it low because it's not a big deal to you. It's just that's where the value disparity comes in for me, and you're not getting what you should be out of this deal.
And you GMs have to be prudent enough to understand that not all firsts are created equal, right?
Yeah. That is a big one.
We had a deal in theory this offseason that didn't happen because I was sorry, I have another deal that just when I look at the picks, they're gonna be better.
Yeah, and trust me, I've been told that a lot. I've been told that quite a bit, and then it's always like, okay, I understand that, but also a lot of the times, I'm not saying you did this, but a lot of the times the ask from the other person is, so throw in 2 extra firsts, and I'm like, okay, listen, I understand my firsts are near the end of the round. Throwing in 2 extra firsts is still a crazy big add to the value.
I guess at some point it's like you can only have so many firsts before it's like, what are you doing with them, right?
Yeah, I mean that's part of it, but
so they'd be using those first to move up to a higher first, and that's probably about what they're paying to move up to the picks they're looking at.
I guess some of it too.
Like, what's the cost? Like, if you want to go from 24, 23 to like 12, like you're probably giving up a first plus something.
Yes.
Yeah, but an extra couple seconds, an extra first and a second, depending on like seasons and all that, or whose they are originally. Like we can negotiate around that, but when your demand is instantly 2 extra firsts, it's a little bit like, okay, so you're saying because my team is good, you should be allowed to milk me.
No, I think it's not about you at that point. It's that your team is good, so the value you're getting is shit, because you're like, the odds of you even ending up in that middle ground has historically been 0. So like,
your firsts are basically seconds as far.
There's no upside, and it's generally like a very low pick. So like, I would do the same thing. Like Luke asked me before, like, I want to get first overall from you. I'm like, I'd want like 3 or 4 high first, but your picks, I'd want like 7. Like, you have shit picks. Why would I want your picks?
Yeah,
I can understand it. Like, I just think I think to me the rule change came about because there are GMs that don't understand that. It's not so much to me that it's only being used by XYZ teams, because yes, it is only being used by XYZ teams that are at that top 5, 6 teams in the league. But the problem is you had the GMs that didn't understand the value of picks, and then they feel exploited when they're coming back and going, I got 24, 23, and 27 for 2 max earners. And it's like, okay, well then you should have known that going in, looking at it and going, hey, this team just did X.
It's not even just that. It's that like, it's like they don't understand the value of retention, but like the point of retention for the league perspective is to be able to add value to the rebuilding teams who are trading off the player. Like, they don't really care about the high-end teams.
Oh yeah, it's not for us. It's not for the
it's not for the high. It's for it's to get bonus value when you're trading the player off. So if they're not getting that value, really, it's just like legalized cap circumvention. That's like going around the like.
Not that
I hate those 2 words after this offseason. I hate those 2 words.
Okay, well, I'm not saying it's what it becomes. Like, it's just a way to go, like, reduce your cap budget within the rules, essentially.
I just think we've had this conversation before. I almost wonder, and this is going to be a highly unpopular opinion, I almost wonder if the cap is both too low and if there should be another tier to the cap, because right now, like, your bottom 6 forwards, your bottom 2 defenseman type players, if you look at the NHL roster, those are $1 million players. In the SHL, that's a $3 million player before you ever even get started to even be particularly useful at that 1,000 TPE tier. And so those people are the people that get squeezed at the bottom of the tiering system with the way the league exists.
I think the problem with the the current budget is that it is not built, or it is no longer built around like, what does the ideal competitive roster look like? Like, if you just took and said every person on the top line should be between 1,500 and 2,000, every player in the middle should be 1,200 to 1,500, and every player on the bottom should be between 1,000 and 1,300, and like just kind of did that: forwards, defensemen, and then a $5 or $6 million goalie and a relative backup. Like, if you just did that and spread it across, like, what does the dollar amount come to? And we, like, I think we've gotten so far away from that because of like the retention, the hometown discounts, the goalie cap relief.
But those things have reasons they need to exist too. And what like your numbers in that example, to talk about them, because of the general, and it's partly because of the portal, it's partly just more users, more experienced, and it happens over time. In general, people are earning more than they used to. They're earning more TPE. They're building better players. So 1,000 TPE player isn't quote unquote good enough to be on a true cup contender in a role that plays significantly anymore. Right? Like now that starts at 1,200 TPE, and that's $4 million.
So, Jake, I guess where I would disagree is like that there should be a role for those players as they're young players to be on cup contending teams.
Well, and there is room for young players, right? In '82 when we won, we had those 1,000 TPE young players, all of that. What I'm saying is that if they don't keep earning, they don't stay competitive. But also, if you're like, because you're saying we want to build the budget around what the ideal competitive team should hopefully look like, right? Well, what the ideal competitive team looks like probably doesn't have any 1,000 TPE players on it, or at least only a couple.
I think with 4 teams expanding, though, the compression of users on teams is not as high.
The thing you're looking at wrong is that like there aren't as many Phantomins in the world. There aren't as many like 1,300, 1,000, 1,500. It's generally like if you're in the league, you're pretty close to max earning or max earning. Like you're up there. The amount of like
casual users
casual users is not.
We don't have semi-actives like we did.
But that's the thing. Like, so essentially, you're just like, I have to keep cycling in these users with that kind of budget, because otherwise, I have to trade away my better player who I've developed because they've outstripped it in cap because the portal has come in and now they can actually do the max earning. Like,
I mean, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at.
That's what I mean. That's your point. Is that like the portal has made better high-end users? There aren't as many people stuck in that mushy middle. Phantom's loving my call out of him this whole podcast.
But it's true though. I mean, the I can't even think of what the right word. The TPE expansion, the amount of TPE that's available.
TP-flation,
yeah. But that's been an argument since the STHS date. Like I remember having that debate going into FHM, and then as that progressed, I remember those conversations, and I think. It's true though. With the ability to earn TPE being so much simpler now, and the amount of affiliate stuff we do with different leagues and things, you have people that historically would have been that, like you said, that mushy middle, that they're 1,500 to 1,700 TPE people. We've lost that ability to have those bottom 6, bottom pair guys that are 1,000 to 1,200.
The bottom pair players are people who flamed out in the J and like might have updated once after getting called up.
It's just it though, and so that's where we lose that ability, and where TPE inflation is a good thing in a lot of ways, but also it results in us breaking FHM in the way we have as a league, with the fact that everybody's TPE is 35-year-old Sidney Crosby level, and hockey's not designed to have a team of 18 Sidney Crosbys. Like the sport just doesn't work that way, and the FHM is that, and then it goes back, and then the budget stuff comes into play because of that, and it's all interconnected. And Emily's not wrong. You have your 17 to 2,000 plus players, and by extension, then you have to have your 500 TP defensemen to some way. But okay, I was wrong. Draisaitl has 1950 TP. The league is not set up for a team of Draisaitl.
Yeah,
hockey's not designed for a team of Draisaitl.
Maybe your team isn't.
No, actually, I think our
we
team
basically
probably
are.
is.
But that's
our team. Yeah,
it's interesting to me because when you look at the total count of players that exist in that bucket on any given season, it can vary in the ballpark of from 60 to 100. Let's just right? Roughly, you've got 3 seasons of peak players that are going to be in that 1,800 to 2,100 mark. And so 60, how many teams are we? 24 times 9, 15 times 15. There's 250 available slots. Like that half of the rosters half of the player slots in the entire league could technically be filled by max earning players.
No, so like in terms of max earning people, it's probably like 80% of.
No, sorry, I'm saying peak max earning plus peak, like in the peak of their career.
Sure,
that 3-year rolling window.
So you're like when you start to say that there's 100 players in that bucket, and the teams are, I think it's Naomi's making the point, like higher highs, lower lows. Like you start. To
I don't know if there's lower lows. I feel like we have less lows because there's not as many. Less middles, I think.
Yeah, but like the concentration, right? Like the concentration of, okay, now you're going to put basically, I don't know, let's call it 10 of those players on the top 6 teams. That like,
well, that's because they get built in the cycle. It makes sense. Like when you build your team, you have it be in a group that comes together. All you're doing when you change things like retention, where you change things like cap structure,
right? Is you disincentivize that, and you make people do the like +1 -1 thing.
Yeah, you're just changing the way good teams build their teams, but the good teams are always going to be the best teams because they're the best at building the teams.
Right.
Like it doesn't change who is good or how good they are. It just changes the way they do it.
Right. You got to the point that I was trying to make much more eloquently than I did.
It's the no cocaine, okay? HFFOs against cocaine.
You would think that like 11 p.m. on a Saturday night that would work in the opposite direction. All right. Well, it's almost been 2 hours, so we're not getting paid at this point. If you guys want to hang it up, that's fine with me. But I'll figure out how to talk this stuff all night. Or
I got to start getting going here, but
yeah. All right. Final parting thoughts. Congratulations on another cup.
Congrats on the cup. See you again next.
I hope to see you again in a month here.
All right. Bye, everybody.